What's a good what's a good game channel title? What are other people doing? Live. Where are the live shows? Live. People are giving away Ethereum. I don't understand that. Even real money isn't real money. Yet everybody's so gaga over this fake money. Okay, well that's just showing me scheduled live things. Where's currently live things? YouTube, how do I find currently live things? Need something to kill the dead air. Seriously, what am I doing wrong? YouTube. Why can't I find this? When I go to subscriptions, I see things I've subscribed to that are live.
Got all your business cards for.
What about things I haven't subscribed to? Where does it show it? So this doesn't even what the heck? So if I have getting really sick and tired of all the damn logging in I have to do every damn day. It's getting so out of hand. Okay, well, I guess I can just leave it like this. Maybe. I think. I don't know. Is there a way for YouTube to set my default description info? So that it's always a particular something. Because right now Restream is claiming it. What? There's a Baldur's Gate 3 update and I don't have enough room for it to install? Really? That's weird. What's that for? Bye. Oh, right. I've got this here. And it doesn't need to be here. Is that from here? Output recording L raw video. Yeah, it's going to L, so why under heck earns it got the Hingerburger? What is it for? How much room is on L? L has loads of room. L is for lots of room. So we're just going to take all y'all. That's raw video, and this is raw video capture. Rename. Order. And move to here. All right, I've got friggin' stars. Shit isn't on here. Okay, well, that freed up nowhere near enough. Also got this Oculus folder. How big is this beast? 150K. Okay. Why does this folder keep showing up here? I don't like that. There's nothing in it, but I can't get rid of it. 264 gigabytes. Oh my god. Oh my god, what's in here? Oh, Critic Cache. Isn't that special? What are these extra damn folders? Like Windows Update Cache? What is? Why do these exist? Visual Studio 9. Oh, okay. That's why it keeps coming. Friggin' Star Citizen is 55 gigabytes. Let's get rid of it. 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 Is it under RSI Launcher? Bard's Tale is 26 gigs. Why the heck, man? Is that a Steam one? Tis not. Where do we have Bard's Tale from? Not here. Hey, that's cool that it tells me that I own it through Origin, but that it's from the Epic Games Store. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Where is Sims installed to? 500 hours. Game parties. It does not tell me. It does not tell me. It does not tell me where it is installed. Yoink. Did that free up space? No. Okay, so none of my Origin stuff is installed right now. Last played August 8th, 2016. Holy cow. Amnesia, a machine for pigs? Might as well check it out. It's along the lines of one of my ideas. So if anything, it will be research on how not to do it, because it looks terrible, but whatever. Okay, library. Okay, let's uninstall this one. 45K, I don't know. Wish it told me where I had it installed, because I got things installed in a couple places, and that's a bit awkward. Control has an update. Manifold Garden isn't all that big. Probably never play it again though. Wait, why do I have launch and go to store page? No, don't run. Why is it launching Origin? Now I'm confused. Okay, I don't actually want to play the game. I just want to uninstall it. Oh. Where the hell are you? Come on. Come on. Let me quit you. Okay, so that is, I guess, installed with Origin. $80 gigs. What the heck else? Let's delete that. Control, Manifold Garden, okay. FL Studio shouldn't be all that much. $2 gigs, so not terrible. Baldur's Gate 3 is here. I have Watch Dogs 2 uninstalled, don't I? Yeah, so get out of my face. The room, empty. Why can't you just clear your stuff out, damn it? Just installed that for a test. 12 gigs for Skyrim. Where do I have this installed from? Where do I have Skyrim installed from? What are these subscriptions? I don't have these. It's not on Xbox. See, this says Steam. Like, do I have it hidden? How do I show hidden? Oh no. How do I see the hidden games? Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Oh, there we go. There we go. Uninstall. How big is Beat Saber? You are gone. Bye bye. Meh. 82 gigs for. Wow. Wow, 82 gigs. And that's just for the early access area. That's awful high. So what I should do, how can I move installations? So if I have Baldur's Gate 3 and that one here, can I move them to a different drive? Move install folder. It's not drive D, it's drive E. So what if I do D, F, F for the big ones, Baldur's Gate 3 is installed under library folder. E. Select Steam library to move files to. D. How do I make a new Steam library? What if I install a small game over on F? Like, say, Dark. Actually, that's one I haven't played. There was already one here, though. Well, that's not small. And do I want to put it there, or do I put it at? Let's do a small one. Do this cheesy thing. Okay. Okay, so that installed there. So now if I go to move this, there. Oh, I have to update it first. What did they change? Oh, I know. I'm not even worrying about that. I figure it'll come out when it comes out. But it's got to come out eventually because James Cameron's getting old and he's going to die at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I think they finished most of it already. It's just doing some of the special effects and stuff that's going to take a bit of time. And the thing is, they have at least two more of them basically done as well. watchable in 3D without 3D glasses? How's that going to work? The only way I know for that to work is if you mess up your eyes to see things different. That could be hard to hold for a whole movie. Wonder if maybe they stumbled onto a thing I stumbled on. I had a situation where I got new glasses a couple years ago. I think I actually have a pair here. No. At any rate, they're just normal glasses. They look just like these, right? And yet, when I wear them, they do something weird to my eyes so that, for example, this picture that I have on screen right now, the black dark coloring here would be background, the purple would be middle ground, and the yellow and green and the brown areas would kind of be foreground. And it's like, I don't know if when you were younger you had like those school notebooks and stuff that had the 3D picture on the front, and it was like that scratchy plastic material, and if you turned it, if you looked at it funny, it would like be in 3D, or if you turned it, it would change what the picture was. It was that sort of a 3D effect. It was really bizarre. But it was just the glasses and the way my eyes saw things. So if they figured out how to do that, then that would be cool. Just trying to clean up some hard drive space here. And Baldur's Gate 3 takes up 82 gigs. So I want to move it to a bigger drive, but it wouldn't let me move it until I updated it. It's a process called lenticular 3D.
Hi, this is John from 3D Focus TV, and I'm near a small village called Arundel, which is very near Bognor Regis. Now, you probably wouldn't expect anything 3D related in this sort of a small area like this, but behind me in this studio lies the home of Lenticular Europe, which is a company that specialises
to give you a stereoscopic image, like so. And then instead of it, once you put the lens on, it ceases to be blurry and starts to become an image.
Let's see if they show it decently.
So we'll be very carefully now, lift that up.
Yeah, here.
Wow, look at that, that's absolutely awesome.
And that was in one take.
Good grief. That,
right.
I mean, I'm hoping that, I think it is coming across our lens actually.
You see that?
Yeah.
The lens itself focuses light from a particular point. We're going to try and demonstrate it in reverse with this laser beam, which I have a beam here. And we can see that the beam is coming in.
Fast and Furious 9? They should have stopped when they tried to make the game. Here's what I was thinking about.
For some
with
of you,
the
the book
thing.
that I'm holding may invoke some feelings of nostalgia, but for others, maybe some feelings of inadequacy. These are Magic Eye stereograms. They created a sensation when they came out in the 90s, and it's easy to see why. A 2D picture that creates a 3D image if you do a certain thing with your eyeballs?
Look, there's a spaceship! That is so cool!
Where is it?
I feel like I didn't realize back then how neat these are, but I do now, so let's talk about it.
You ever see these? You ever get them to work?
Stereograms can be designed to be viewed cross-eyed, but all the ones in this video are for divergent viewing. That means that rather than having your eyes pointed at the image itself, you're supposed to over-diverge your eyes, as if you're looking through the image at something beyond it. It's tricky because normally the lens in our eyes focuses on the thing our eyes are pointed at. But for these, you need to focus on the image while pointing your eyes at a spot beyond it. Some stereogram books come with a handy guide. These 2 dots at the top should help position your eyes. You want to relax your eyes until you see double vision, so 4 dots, but then pull it back so that they overlap and you get 3 dots. Then glance down and you should see the Cathedral of St. Basil in Moscow.
Yep, there I go.
If you still can't see them, there's a trick you can do in Photoshop. Duplicate the image and use the difference blending mode, which highlights where the 2 images are the same in black. Then if you pull the top copy across, a silhouette of the hidden image appears.
I'll explain how all of this works, but first it helps to understand how Magic Eye emerged from a long history of research on visual perception.
So our pupils are about 60 millimeters apart. That means each eye gets a slightly different
exactly
picture
68.
projected onto its retina.
64.
Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2.
The reason we don't have constant double vision from these 2 different pictures is that the brain immediately combines them into one. And in doing so, it uses the differences in the 2 pictures to add depth to our visual perception. This is stereopsis, or 3D vision, and it was first described by an English inventor in the 1830s, Charles Wheatstone. It took scientists a while to realize that having 2 eyes gives us depth information because it's not the only depth cue that we have.
Or the 3D things in
Shut one eye and it's probably tough to thread a needle, but the world doesn't become completely flat. Wheatstone revealed stereopsis with a device that could display a slightly different image to each eye, simulating how each eye would take in a real-life 3D object, but with flat images. And it successfully tricked the brain into perceiving depth. This was the first stereoscope. After the invention of photography, a Scottish physicist named David Brewster developed a handheld stereoscope, and a version of it was displayed at the Great Exhibition in London in 1851. Queen Victoria was reportedly delighted by it, and before long it was a super common household item throughout the last half of the 19th century. The dual photos were made with stereo cameras, which have 2 lenses spaced eye distance apart, and they were used to document all sorts of historical events. Stereo cameras eventually went out of style, but you might recognize this more recent version of a stereoscope. And that same principle of creating a 3D image by showing each eye a slightly different picture continues with 3D glasses and virtual reality headsets. But it's not all for amusement. Stereoscopy has also been used for all sorts of aerial imaging applications. British photo interpreters in World War II used overlapping images taken from airplanes to detect Nazi military assets. This ability of stereoscopes to thwart camouflage by making objects pop out of seemingly flat aerial images inspired the development of the random dot stereogram. That's the kind with the hidden 3D image. In 1960, a leading vision researcher named Bela Ulez created a computer-generated random dot stereogram. He started with a grid of random dots and duplicated it, but in the copy, he shifted a square patch of the dots slightly to the left, filling in the leftover space with other random dots. If you looked at these images through a stereoscope, or if you've trained your eyes enough to free-fuse the images by pointing one eye at each one, you'll see the square pop out from the random dots. With this experiment, Eulish showed that the brain could detect depth even without any recognizable objects in the images. What's different about the magic eye type of pictures, also known as autostereograms, is that you don't need to have any special device to view them because it's one image instead of two. Instead of two different pictures, autostereograms repeat the images within one picture. To understand how these work, let's first look at a simpler type of autostereogram. This is a so-called wallpaper stereogram. It doesn't have a hidden image. Instead, it just has repeating patterns that appear at different levels of depth when you diverge your eyes. So relax your eyes as though you're looking through the screen, and you should see the airplanes fall back with the rest of the grid. The dinosaurs, which are repeated at slightly closer intervals, should appear in a plane that's nearer to you. And the cakes, repeated at even shorter intervals, should be even nearer. You should also see one more of each icon than there really is. There are only 6 cakes in the image, but you're seeing 7. And all of the icons should appear to be slightly bigger than they really are. So why is this happening? This diagram shows the view from above your head, and these dots represent icons on a simple autostereogram like the one I just showed you. When you let your eyes diverge, instead of fixing them on one of the icons, each eye is seeing its own icon. Because your brain is used to turning 2 similar pictures into one, it assumes the 2 icons are actually one icon that's further back and larger, rather than 2 that are closer. This illusion happens across the image, with every pair of repeated icons being wrongly interpreted as one. The rightmost and leftmost icons don't have pairs on their other side, so you end up with 7, 5 illusory icons plus the edge ones. Pairs that are repeated at closer intervals, like the cakes were in the previous image, appear nearer to you. So it's the interval of repetition that can be manipulated to adjust depth. And if we go from icons to something smaller, you can start to see how they build a 3D image that can be easily camouflaged with noise. You can see that in this stereogram we made using letters instead of icons. If you diverge your eyes, you should see some of these words pop out to reveal a message. The 2 asterisks are there as a guide. You should see 3 of them, and then slowly bring your eyes down. What's happening is that the regular repetition interval in this image is 16 characters, including spaces. But in this interval, we removed a letter, bringing this pair slightly closer together than all the other pairs. So as your brain fuses that pair, the resulting image appears closer to you than the rest. Autostereograms start with a base pattern that repeats across the image, but with select dots or pixels shifted to vary the depth and compose the 3D figure. The first random dot autostereograms were made by hand in the 1970s. This one by a Japanese graphic designer shows an array of hidden squares. And this one by a Swiss painter has overlapping rectangles. But by the 1980s, vision researcher Christopher Tyler and programmer Maureen Clark had come up with an algorithm that could embed more complicated depth images into a random dot autostereogram. Using the red dots as a guide, you should see a 3D surface pop out that's much more complicated than a wallpaper or a simple rectangle. The algorithms that produce these images work from a depth map. That's a black and white image that tells the program to make the repetition interval shorter for the dots that make up the lighter and nearer parts of the image. In the final product, you can't tell which dots have been shifted or how much, but if you go back to that Photoshop trick and scan through the image, you can see how the nearest parts of the shark repeat at closer intervals than the most distant parts of the shark. Everything in the base image repeats at the same interval, except the dots that make up the shark. In the 90s, artist Sherry Smith and engineer Tom Bechet developed their own method using bright, colorful patterns as their base. They branded them as Magic Eye and published the first of many books in 1993. After that, they were everywhere.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward. There were so many.
Magic Eye put out VHS tapes that included animated stereograms, they sold posters, they were printed in newspapers, and some people got left behind.
The only problem with this process...
I've been staring at this thing for a week now, from opening till closing, and I can't see a goddamn thing!
If you still can't see them, it may be that you have some visual impairment that affects your stereo vision. But for most of us, learning to diverge your eyes just takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah, so the only problem with that process is that I don't think they could do it for a movie. Or I don't think it would be very good for a movie because you just have different layers of things instead of actual 3D or decent 3D. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so that's gone. Is this? Really? That was only 10 hours? That's sad. I feel bad that some people have spent years of their life making a game that somebody finishes in 10 hours. Why does it still show installed? Okie dokie. 2 gigs, that's fine. Never uninstalling that. Hitman. Install. No. What's my drive look like now? E. No. That one can go to D. Most recent movie I saw in theaters was Tenet. Last month. Why is my screen messed up? Ooh. It was awesome. Serious mind trip. I really hope there's a sequel. Like, I can't even describe it, because once you start describing it, it kind of gives some stuff away. But yeah, it's totally different from Inception, and yet kind of has some similarities, I guess. Like, so basically, in Tenet, you got our world that is running forwards, but then you've got this aspect of the world that's running backwards in time, right? And at one point, you enter into a completely backwards world, and everything's running in reverse. And you see various aspects of previous events from a different perspective. And it's just amazing. Like, how he even managed to come up with the idea for a lot of this stuff, let alone actually get it on film, just blew my mind. And it's so in depth that when things are running in reverse, the music for the soundtrack is running in reverse as well. It's mental, just mental. Why is it, what? Why is it going to take half an hour to download 540 megs? That ain't right. Because this is installing too? Shouldn't be. Oh, except they're both installing to the same drive. And it's an old regular hard drive, so that's going to be slow. I was hoping to do more. Oh, this is just, ugh. You know what? I didn't really like any of them. Mostly because I don't really like Batman. Batman is a spoiled, whiny little brat, and he spent far too long dwelling on the death of his parents. He needs to shut up already and just start helping people. What is going on with this control? The dang roads are broken. Hang on, are they broken or just missing? What the heck is happening here? That's weird. Why are... That ain't right. Okay, where do my road objects go? Road network. I'm confused. Maybe that's what's wrong. My road is actually gone. It's just the texture that is still here. So where the heck is my actual road? Okay, well, it took me over a week to figure out how to get those roads in. And now they're broken. And I don't know why. I don't even know what to look for to figure out why. What I thought I need to look at doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, this crossroads should have an object on it. And it's not here. So some objects aren't loading. probably means it can't find them. Because where's my player character? Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, you're there. Okay. So you're there. That's fine. Crap, I broke it already. ER road mesh. ER road mesh. Where is it looking for ER road mesh? ER road mesh. No ER road mesh here. Damn it. Don't say it. I'm actually supposed to be helping a guy make his game. Not really make his game, but he asked for help to make to have a 3D model made of a house, and I offered to do it like a month ago. Okay, hang on. So G is good. Everything else is good. So it looks like a couple assets aren't loading, but where do I get the info on what is having problems? Why are you taking so long to load? Just load. Damn, I got a lot of emails today. Ubisoft has a deal going on. What have they got? Nope, 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 nope. Nobody, nope, 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 nope. Nobody, nope, 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 nope. Gold edition of Watch Dogs. Nope. Finish that. No interest in playing more. Got all the Assassin's Creeds. Oh wait, no. There's nothing else I want from them. What I do want, though, this beast. BioWare, sweet. Oh, crap. So the only difference between enterprise and professional is the Skype call support. Otherwise, it's got everything else. Erosion. crap, I might be about to spend 300 bucks. You were 8 when Avatar came out? 2009, I would have been 38. Yep. Almost 40. So damn old. I like this music. What's world in scatter? Built-in realistic atmosphere scattering effect also affects the terrain and everything else within this scene. Well, how is that different from atmosphere scattering? Oh, okay. Reflections. Oh, okay. English is not their first language. The heck is Purkinje? Oh, okay, cool. Can I export an entire scene? You know what? I got some time until I turn 50. I just turned 49. But I am not at all ready. Not looking forward to it at all. Oh, man. Okay. Sold me. That right there sold me, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. Why is it cheaper on Mac? That's lame. Yeah, I got loads. US dollars. Oh no. Oh no, what's that gonna be Canadian? What? $400 Canadian? What? Oh, it did it for me. What? What? So this is what I came up with. With just the Unity tools. terrible, not great. But with this, I could make it look like that. Like that. More research needed.
You know what I don't understand?
Name it hills, and then let's look right here in our frame generation option here. So I'm just going to add this back ever right here next to our dunes. Everything is looking to being represented fairly well here. We've managed to maintain our 3 dome hillsides here, and I've gone through and adjusted a fair bit to get it to do the fall off that I'm really after here, while maintaining the rather hilly aspect and smooth hilly aspect of this biome. We'll undoubtedly go back to each of the 4 biomes to change a little bit more minute details like we just did, just to make sure that everything flows correctly based on the sketch that we made in one of the earlier episodes. And so there you have it, everyone. We have broken down the workflow of how we can add different biomes on the same terrain by utilizing an area mask within the Areas tab. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.
What's up, artists? My name's Ryan Talbot, and today I'm going to be showing you how I generated these detailed landscapes using World Creator, Redshift, and Cinema 4D. The edges of your world and create some dips in the center. That way, when you sort of come in to render your scene and you fly in here to do your render, there's not really any areas where, like right here, where you can see that it clearly ends. We want to raise that up. Let's see if we can do that from here. I might need to zoom out. We want to raise that up. That way, no matter which direction we're looking, there's always an interesting landscape to look at, and we don't see it fall off into nothingness. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And I think that's looking pretty cool, actually. I'm really liking this, so I'm going to hit Done Editing Shape. And there's one more really cool filter I just want to show off. So we're going to add one more filter, and this one is under Design, and it's the Path filter. So what's really cool about this is that we can customize our landscape even further by adding a path. So I've added a path, and then I'm going to hit Edit Path down here, and it tells us all of the hotkeys to create our path. So to add a path, we're going to hold down left shift, and we're going to mouse click. And we're just going to keep clicking to draw that path. And
Hello everyone, I'm Tyler and welcome to another tutorial in World Creator 2. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export your terrain to the Unity editor using the Unity Live Link plugin. This Unity plugin is a one-click process to streamlining the export, so you don't have to worry about each element of the export. It just works effortlessly for you. Unless, of course, you just want to go the manual route and export everything individually, you most certainly can do that. So the first thing that we're going to make sure that we have is obviously the Unity plugin. And to do that, we need to go to the World Creator website right here. And then we're going to need to go to the top right of your browser where it says sign in. This is going to be the customer portal. You just click sign in, type in your email and address, and sign in again. And here in the customer portal right here under the center, we have the bridge tool. And we're going to click and download the Unity bridge tool here. Once downloaded, you don't have to do anything just yet, but let's go ahead and bring up our Unity Hub here. I'm going to select New so that we can create a new project. I'm going to specify for now it just to be a 3D project, and I'm going to just rename this the Unity Plugin Test. And now that we have the Unity editor open, what we have to do now is install the plugin that we just downloaded from the World Creator website. To do that, we need to go up here to the top left under Assets here, click that, and then we're going to scroll down and go to Import Package and Custom Package. And then we're going to go to where we've downloaded our package. As you can see here, we're going to click the Unity Bridge package that we downloaded, select Open. It's going to run some stuff, and then now we've got this package import dialog box that pops up. This is basically everything that is broken down into the zip file that you downloaded. You don't have to do anything here. All you have to do is go down to the bottom right of this little window and select import. And it has completely imported now, and you can see here under our assets here, we've got the brand new World Creator Unity Bridge folder. We don't have to do anything just now, so let's pop into World Creator 2 and get a terrain that we can export. And here in World Creator 2, I'm actually going to load one of our sample terrains that we have to share for you guys so that you can follow along if you want to. And to get that, back in your customer portal here, if we just scroll down, here's a list of sample terrains that you're more than welcome to use, but I'm just going to select this custom terrain shape element here. We just click on that, download. Then in World Creator 2, we're going to go up to the load project icon. And right here in my folder structure, I've got the custom terrain shape that we've downloaded. Select that and open. Okay, so once you have the terrain imported, all you have to do now is really just export it through the bridge tool. But before we do that, I want to just add a few trees in here so that we can really show this object export here. I'm going to hit this tree icon up here, go to Objects, Add New Layer, and then we're going to add new objects. And let's just pick this dead tree here. And then let's go to Add and Close. But now for this dead tree, as you can see, it has populated across the entire terrain, but I want to specify it to an area. On my Areas tab here, I have specified an area that I already want the trees to be painted for. So if we go back to our tree here, and then go to the area notation here where it says none, select that, and I'm going to select the dead trees area that I have painted. And now only the trees are going to appear up here. But there's not a whole lot of trees here, so I'm just going to scroll down here on my properties panel, and at the very bottom where it says density, let's just increase this pretty high. Okay, so at this point, once you have the terrain exactly how you want it, all you have to do is go here to the left toolbar, and right here there is an icon that says Bridge Export. Now this is a universal bridge export that works for Unity and Unreal as well, but we're going to utilize it just for Unity, obviously. So let's go ahead and click Bridge Export. And it's going to run through all of the maps and objects and details that is currently visible within our view browser here, and it's going to export that to your documents folder. And keep in mind, when you use the bridge export, it's always going to use the world creator folder that is automatically generated in your documents folder. So once we've navigated to the world creator folder, we go to bridge. And then we go to the project that is titled this, so it's the custom terrain shape project. We double click that, and you can see several assets here that were generated by the bridge tool. We don't have to worry about this. I'm just showing you where it's located for whenever you import it into Unity. And it's this file right here, this .xml file that you're really going to be paying attention to in Unity. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here in Unity, what we have to do now to get our asset in is we need to go up here to the Window tab. Select Window tab, and then now scroll down to where it says World Creator to Unity. Click that, and a window is going to pop up with all the settings that you need to import. But all we need to do is here at the very top of this window, you can see there's a button that says Select Bridge XML file. Now we already know where that file is, and remember it's in the Documents folder. So let's select that. Then again, in the World Creator folder, we go to Bridge, the project name, and all we need is the very first XML file here that we see under our project folder. Click that and click open. And we don't have to do anything really with these settings unless you want to. This is just some default settings by the name that you want to name the import. We can enable or disable any objects such as trees, grass, things like that we want to import in case we just want to import the terrain. You can even specify the split threshold. So say that this terrain is 4K as it is in this scenario. If we want to split that terrain something to be smaller, like each 2K, you just drag the slider down and now the terrain will be split into multiple portions for terrain streaming, which could be pretty helpful if you have a very large terrain. But we're not going to change anything here. We just want to accept the base default settings. And since we've already got the XML file imported, all we have to do now is go down to the very bottom and select Synchronize. So let's go ahead and click this. And now you can see here on the left in the projects folder, we have the World Creator terrain. So that means that this terrain has been imported. So we can close this window now. And normally the terrain would pop up directly, but in this case, if you don't see the terrain or your objects automatically pop up, that's okay. You just go to your hierarchy window here, open up the World Creator terrain and double click on the World Creator object container. And as you can see here, if I scroll out, our terrain has been fully imported exactly the way it looks like in World Creator 2. And if we zoom in right here at the top just a little bit, we're going to start seeing our trees populating inside, and here they are exactly where we imported them as. Now, one thing that this doesn't come with is the lighting in Unity is a little bit different than it is in World Creator 2. So obviously you need to adjust your lighting as you see fit in any of the lighting settings here in the inspector window to the right. Same thing goes for changing any of the settings for our terrain itself. If we select the terrain object in our scene here And to the right inspector window, we have our terrain right here. If we click this little settings wheel icon here, we can adjust several of the settings that comes standard with our exported terrain here. I'm not going to go through any of these today, but this just gives you an idea of the process to taking your terrain from World Creator 2. And as you can see, we just one-clicked process this into Unity. So it's a very fast, very simple process that will get you started in Unity right away. Well, there you have it, everyone. A fast, simple.
Two 2.2 from 4 years ago? What's the current version? It's still World Creator 2. TerraGen is a terrain generator on its own. It's not a renderer, is it? Yeah. This is not the same TerraGen I was thinking. Creepy. Nice. This is almost exactly what I wanted, just not a concrete road. I wanted or an asphalt road. I wanted just dirt road. Oh, frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Clarice really does feel like it's been designed with the artist at the forefront of that development. It feels like it has been designed by artists, for artists.
It's nice to be back in a more image-centered way, to work like an artist, like we all started.
It was great to be back to artists again. It gave us more artistic feeling than traditional way we were working with different applications.
It's a new paradigm. We were really excited to try out kind of a different approach and see if that could make a difference over all of the other renderers that were out there, which seemed, to be pretty similar in terms of how they operated. It definitely ticked all of the right boxes in terms of the technical requirements, but in terms of having that extra additional artistic way of working just really, really changed how everybody works.
We really enjoy working with Clarice. It's been an easy program for the artists to learn, and the biggest advantage for us has been that we haven't needed strong technical R&D people to help the project. The artists were able to use the software and accomplish the images they wanted to create.
So it's putting away all the thinking about putting data in archives and looking on bounding boxes in your scenes and doing guesswork, what it might look like. You just put your data in, you see it, and you will see how the final image will look like.
I like simplicity of the tool, and it's very artist-friendly, yet it's very complex under the hood, but not complicated.
Clarice really has brought it back into being a very creative feel to lighting, which I think ultimately should be the goal. It shouldn't be technically driven, it should be a creative process.
We've been able to work with scenes that are much bigger than can be considered reasonable, which makes for a far more impressive end result, which makes for a very happy client.
We no longer have to optimize the scene almost at all.
In Clarice, every time you copy something or move something around under the hood, it acts as an instance, so your memory overhead stays very, very low, no matter how much you add.
That saves us a lot of time, and less labor time is really helping for the production.
What I like is instant feedback about every aspect, like geometry, shading, lighting. You change it and you see what you will get, and that's really great.
It is real time always when you're working on Clarice, and that means more iterations, and more iterations makes the shot look better.
I'm able to give feedback to artists and see real-time results, which means that after a daily session where we might have some queries about particular shots or a particular light intensity, I'm able to sit behind an artist and we can work together to find out the lighting setup which works.
It makes our artists faster, there's usually less technical problems to worry about, and they're able to get to a final image a lot quicker, which makes them be able to go home a lot earlier, which makes me happy.
It gives us more freedom of creativities that we used to have limitation of the tools, and we had to compromise in many cases. But this one, I still yet have seen limitation. We just keep pushing it, and we still haven't seen the limit of the tool.
Nice. One year, $500. That's the indie price. What the frick? This is the thing I hate. Way too many bloody options. The hell does node locked mean? This doesn't make sense to me. The Personal Learning Edition can read files from the commercial version. The commercial version cannot read files from the Personal Learning version. So you could spend a year learning the software and creating something great that you then have to completely redo if you go with the commercial version. Wouldn't it make more sense to have it the other way? A person learning the software doesn't necessarily need commercial files to work with. But somebody who has put in a lot of work to do something in the Learning Edition would probably be nice if you could just take all of that work and dump it into the commercial version and pick up where you left off and finish things off. It seems weird. Software sounds nice, but only for super pros making lots of money. Octane is a I see people talking about rendering in Octane as if it's no big deal and no different from rendering in Blender. But it's friggin' $700 a year. Man. don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Why is this picture so small? Is this from the 90s? Like this here and this here are almost exactly what I want. This, this. what to do. So much money. Roads? What?
Hello everyone and welcome back to Getting Started with World Creator 2. In today's episode, we are going to build a terrain from scratch, create a dirt road, texture that road, and go over some of the blending options to making your dirt road look great. So, let's get started. First up, I'm going to flatten our terrain so I can have a blank canvas to work with. So we'll come to Custom Base Shape. So you can see a little bit of the underlining dirt right here and the dirt that we just added. We could shade it a little bit darker. Shade it a tad bit darker like that. We could add so many different layers to this. All right, and additionally, we could add a gravel texture. Let's real quick just turn this off so that we could actually move a little bit better. So I want to add the gravel texture that I have here. It's actually called Pebbles Beach. And this is a really nice texture if you have someone that or a community that wants to put some really nice crushed gravel or sand on a path, like a
Get out of here.
walking trail. This is really nice on your feet. We've got a couple here in town that are like this. And so I want to additionally do a slope, but I want the slope to be a little bit less than the dirt. This represents it a little bit better so that the two dirts are on the side and the gravel's a more refined version of something that I've been trying to test and play with. I have not gone through and played with the edging here. Discussion for enabling that official video in the series, I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to use the path tool in, creating mountain ranges. Till then, I'll see you in the next one.
Does he have anything new on roads? World Creator 3. World Creator 3. Why are there 6 videos of the same thing? Part 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Let's watch these. Can maybe not.
Hey everyone, my name is Tyler Purrier and welcome to the first State of Development coverage on World Creator 3. The third version of World Creator is currently in its alpha phase of development, and the goal here is to provide you as much coverage of the development of the software to its full release and beyond. This current segment was recorded in a single open discussion style session with the developer of the program, but it will be then split up into multiple parts by topic to make it easier for you to find the area you're interested in. So with that, let's jump right into the first devlog. So joining me today will be Stefan, who is not only one of the developers for World Creator 3, but the founder as well. Stefan, thank you for joining me in the first breakdown video here. How are you today?
Oh, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, I feel very fine today. Thank you.
So as you can see, the UI is going to be a little bit different in World Creator 3. It's pretty similar, but there are some subtle changes, and we'll touch on that in just a little bit. But I do want to stress that we're still working on the World Creator 2 video series, and even though World Creator 3, as amazing as it is just around the corner, all the World Creator 2 content in that last series will still be relevant in this new program. The things like the filters, how you decide to design the terrain, which choices you make on which filters to choose, how to texture, all of that is still for the most part going to be the same. Granted, there are going to be some subtleties in how you organized all of those filters and textures and way you distribute those onto the terrain. But it will be good to note that all that previous content will still be relevant on future courses in World Creator 3. Stefan, would you say that that is an accurate statement, or would you want to elaborate any more on any major changes in World Creator 3 that are vastly different from World Creator 2?
Well, one of the major new features is actually the biome system. One of the most important parts, actually, because this will enable you to create real worlds and entire worlds, not just, different smaller parts or something like that. But it will give you a really good mix of different setups. And those setups could be anything, like different textures, different trees, different filters, different trees combined with different textures. So it's actually like you really can create biomes that are directly connected with each other and blended into each other. And those biomes could be just saved away. You can create biome presets. You can share and sell those biomes and just load it into your existing projects. And, you could. I mean, the biomes are really, really huge. It's really, it's currently quite hard to explain, but what it means working with biomes, it will make everything a lot more easy, and will save you a lot of time, really a lot of time.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you could say the biome system, which I went ahead and showcased here a little bit on the right, is the more advanced version of the areas system on World Creator 2 that we all kind of wanted. I'm sure everyone would want to. In World Creator 2, we show how to create different biomes in that series, and it requires you to use an area. But in this case, all of that is done up front for you, in a sense, with biome-specific, features.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
I'll watch all those later. Let's just see where this ends up.
What I'm about to show you is going to change your life forever. The demonstration.
Don't care. Does this go through making the whole thing, or
different effects and things that we want to do and add to the terrain? So you can see if I were to hide and unhide this flow effect. So the colors that we have here are pretty strong, I might add, and we can go through and tweak those a bit further. But adding some of this flow distribution on top of that was basically going to allow more blending effect with all the different sediments that you would imagine on a terrain such as this. And coincidentally, just for fun, let's go back down here, go to the environment tab, go down to water, and yes, we're going to showcase the water here. Let's lower this some, maybe not too much.
You can also fine tune it if you click on the text box, and if you click on it and move your mouse.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I noticed in some sliders doing this provides more fine, like the iterations are much smaller.
Oh bloody heck!
So now you can see that even adding water to this, you can see some of the effect below, and I'm sure later on in World Creator 3 we'll be able to even affect the filters and materials underneath the waterline, similar to how the relative to ocean level is in World Creator 2, but maybe you have some fun tips and tricks of ideas that you're willing to share, or that if you have anything in mind for how the terrain can be treated under the waterline.
this will come. It's not available right now, but this will come. I mean, in WorkRail 3, you will be able to have multiple water planes. So adding a water distribution, there you can select the water plane that you want to reference to, and use that one for, creating the distribution rule.
Okay, perfect.
Same for the filters. Yeah.
And then lastly, just also for fun, let's try and lower some of the lighting a little bit, set the mood. So you can see I can easily change the atmosphere, the lighting and everything based on how we want it to be in our terrain. And it's provides some really nice lighting effects on our finished product.
Well, that's poopy.
What I'm about to show you.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm calling it a night. I'm accomplishing nothing. Yeah. I'm just so intimidated right now because everything I learned over the summer, it's been so long since I did anything that I'm basically having to start from scratch again. And with things being broken, I don't even know where to start. It's really... It's really bugging me. So yeah, I'll try again tomorrow night.